The maiden let out a blood-curdling scream and tried to run, but Abena's magic was too quick. With a flick of her wrist, Abena cast a spell that froze Adwa in place. The maiden was paralyzed, unable to move or speak. Abena then cast another spell and Adwa's eyes went black, her voice silenced in horror. "You will not spoil my plan," Abena hissed, her eyes gleaming with malevolence. "No one will ever know the truth." And with that, Adwa was left a helpless prisoner, unable to reveal the dark secret that lurked beneath Abena's beautiful facade. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled in the heart of Africa, there lived a prince named Kofi. Kofi was a hardworking, respectful and handsome young man, loved by all who knew him. As the only son of the king and queen, he was the heir to the throne, and his parents were eager for him to marry and produce an heir of his own. The king and queen's desire for Kofi to marry soon became a public declaration, and soon maidens from all over the village began to flock to the palace, hoping to catch the prince's eye. Some even went as far as bringing gifts and food, hoping to win his favor. Kofi, however, was not interested in any of the maidens who threw themselves at him. He wanted a wife who was not only beautiful but also kind, intelligent and strong-willed. So he decided to take matters into his own hands and go on a journey through the village to find his perfect match. As he walked through the village, Kofi met many maidens, each with their own unique qualities. There was Akwa, the beautiful weaver, who wove the most exquisite fabrics. There was Ama, the skilled farmer, who grew the juiciest fruits and vegetables. And there was Ya, the talented musician, who played the most enchanting melodies. But none of these maidens captured Kofi's heart until he met a young woman named Abena. Abena was a humble and gentle soul, with a heart full of kindness and a smile that could light up the darkest of rooms. She was a talented healer, known for her knowledge of herbs and her ability to cure even the most stubborn ailments. Kofi was immediately drawn to Abena's warmth and intelligence, and he knew he had found his perfect match. He proposed to her, and to his delight, she accepted. The two of them returned to the palace, where they were greeted with joy and celebration. The king and queen were overjoyed to see their son happy, and they welcomed Abena into their family with open arms. As the day of the wedding approached, the palace was filled with excitement and anticipation, but little did anyone know a dark secret lurked beneath the surface. One day, while a maiden named Adwa was assigned to serve Abena her dinner, she overheard strange incantations coming from Abena's chambers. Curiosity got the better of her, and she peeked inside, only to be met with a horrifying sight. Abena was standing in front of a mirror, her eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. But something was strange. Abena had her back turned to her. Her back still had those alluring curves and flawless skin that could make any man want her, but the reflection in the mirror was different. Very different. The mirror reflected an ugly troll, its skin covered in warts, nothing like the Abena that stared into it. Adwa covered her mouth in shock and gasped as its eyes fixated on her. The maiden let out a blood-curdling scream and tried to run, but Abena's magic was too quick. With a flick of her wrist, Abena cast a spell that froze Adwa in place. The maiden was paralyzed, unable to move or speak. Abena then cast another spell and Adwa's eyes went black, her voice silenced in horror. "You will not spoil my plan," Abena hissed, her eyes gleaming with malevolence. "No one will ever know the truth." And with that, Adoa was left a helpless prisoner, unable to reveal the dark secret that lurked beneath Abena's beautiful facade. Adoa, despite being blind and dumb, did not relent in trying to warn the prince about what she had seen. She was the only one who knew Abena's true nature. She had no idea what her intentions were, but the prince would be in a better position to find out. She sought the prince with no much difficulty because she was used to the palace and had served the prince for a very long time. She knew his scent and his gait. She managed to communicate with him by writing in the dust. She revealed to him that Abena was a witch who had cast a spell on her and was hiding a dark secret. But the prince, under Abena's spell, did not believe her. He thought Adoa was just jealous of Abena's beauty and his love for her. Adoa realized that the prince was under a spell and decided to tell the king instead. But before she could reach the king, Abena, having been told by the prince of Adoa's ridiculous accusations, caught her and killed her in a fit of rage. Abena thought she had covered her tracks, but what she didn't realize was that Adoa had managed to pass the information to another maiden, Afua, before her death. Afua sought out a powerful witch doctor who would be able to free the prince from Abena's curse. Afua, determined to expose Abena's true nature, sought out the witch doctor, Nana Akwa. She found Nana Akwa in her hut on the outskirts of the village, surrounded by strange artifacts and herbs. Nana Akwa, I need your help, Afua said, urgency in her voice. Abena, the prince's fiancée, is not who she portrays herself to be. She is a witch. She cast a spell on Adoa and killed her, and I fear that she will harm the prince and the kingdom. Nana Akwa's eyes narrowed. I sense the darkness in Abena, but to break her spell, I need something personal from the prince. Afua thought quickly. I can get the hairpin of the prince. He wears it always. Nana Akwa nodded. Bring it to me. And be careful, child. Abena's powers are strong. Afua retrieved the hairpin and brought it back to Nana Akwa. The witch doctor performed a ritual, chanting and sprinkling herbs around the prince's hairpin. Take this back. Once he puts it on, his eyes will be cleared. Afua thanked Nana Akwa and followed her instructions. Slowly, the prince's eyes cleared and he looked at Afua with recognition. Afua, what's happening? He asked, his face contorting in a frown. I remember Adoa's warning, Abena's true nature. Afua happily screamed in excitement. You are free now, my prince. Nana Akwa broke the spell. The prince's face hardened. I will confront Abena. She will pay for her deceit. But Abena was prepared. She had cast a protective spell around herself, and the prince's attacks were nothing against her. Enraged, the prince ordered his guards to arrest her, but Abena vanished into thin air, cackling. I will be back, she warned in a voice that sent shivers through all who heard it. The prince realized that he had underestimated Abena's powers. He vowed to find her and stop whatever she had planned. He would make her pay for hurting Adoa, but first he had to find out who she really was and why she wanted to deceive him into marrying her. And so Prince Kofi set out of the kingdom, determined to find out the truth.